But now it can't be a joke ever.
Well, you should have said that. See, this is why we have to do things. We have to. This is why
prepare.
Yes.
Okay,
so remember,
that's true.
Okay, so your little your
I have a great idea, folks.
Your thing you're working on.
Yeah.
This is why I need it laid out so I can prepare.
Like how it's laid out on the couch.
Yes. I came in, this motherfucker was laid the fuck out like he was a supermodel.
And just knocking on my door, and I'm just like Rose from fucking Titanic, bro. Like, come in, Jared.
A model for plus size men.
I am not fucking plus size.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
Makes me
Don't worry.
Merit scientist.
Well, I have anxiety, and whoops. Yeah,
Well,
see,
that's not the same as worry.
Yeah, well, anxiety is caused by a lot of things.
Anxiety is caused by your mind going over scenarios that haven't even happened yet.
Yeah, that's one thing too.
That's not on one thing. That's what it is.
Anyway,
Think
that being
positive, folks.
yeah, think positive, please. Before we start, yeah, actually, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 70.
Oh, my God. I
Welcome
know we
to
were in the 70s for a
yeah,
while.
oh, yeah. So, okay, hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Let's stop. We're going to redo this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 81 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist, and our good friend Greg, who is still not here. We love you, Greg. And this week...
I think we got to stop announcing him until he comes back.
Well, I think he gets a kick out of it. Well, we love you.
No kicks. Fucking no kicks. Like, we're doing the work right now.
I know.
He doesn't get credit for not doing any work.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Yes, 100%.
And our guest this week... Hey, can you switch the camera over, Jared?
No. Why?
No, why? Because there is no guest. It's just me and Jared this week. So you're going to have to put up with us, just us. Hopefully we can entertain you folks for a little while.
Plus, I didn't even plug it in, so.
That would be helpful. You know, plugging things in because
there's no need if there's no one there.
I don't know. I just was going to make a joke, but.
Oh, well, what's the joke?
Nothing. That there's nobody there, but I just wanted you to pan the camera over there. But now it can't be a joke ever.
Well, you should have said that. See, this is why we have to do things. We have to. This is why
prepare.
Yes.
Okay,
so remember,
that's true.
Okay, so your little your
I have a great idea, folks.
Your thing you're working on.
Yeah.
This is why I need it laid out so I can prepare.
Like how it's laid out on the couch.
Yes. I came in, this motherfucker was laid the fuck out like he was a supermodel.
And just knocking on my door, and I'm just like Rose from fucking Titanic, bro. Like, come in, Jared.
A model for plus size men.
I am not fucking plus size. I've got a bit of a beer belly. Leave me alone. I am relatively healthy, I think. Anyway, so this week we're going to talk about some things that are troubling me.
Okay, what the fuck is troubling you?
Well, no, in all seriousness. So my sister woke me up this morning. They have a friend that lives, she has a friend because they lived out in Ohio for a little while. There's a Facebook video of this girl that she knows, or I guess my cousins know and everything, who they're friends with, and she is being recorded on Facebook freaking out off of like some sort of drug, and people were filming it and laughing at her.
Oh my God.
And I mean, it was very hard to watch. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was very hard to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't watch something like that.
And it kind of dawned upon, my sister was obviously upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought about it for a minute. Obviously, these are younger people doing this. And, the worst part about it, it's that social media effect for attention. The likes that you get, or like the reactions you may get from something like
Those
that.
dopamine hits.
going viral or whatever it is, and it was just absolutely fucking disgusting, man.
TikTok famous and
YouTube
famous.
It's terrible. It's one thing to post something and have fun or have opinions and stuff something like that is just absolutely fucking horrible. So they're trying to get it taken off of Facebook somehow. I don't know. I know it's on the internet, man. It's out there. But it's just a shame, and I hope that young lady is okay. I don't know anymore, but just that the first thing I woke up this morning, social media, just glory, fame, or whatever it is to get likes, and and they were just degrading her. It was horrible, man. That's somebody's child. So whoever you are, fuck you.
That's kind of what I was. It's, I don't want to say funny, ironic that I was watching something on. Everyone who, if I say Mia, what's the next word is going to come after that?
Oh, Khalifa.
Yeah, exactly. So I was watching an interview about her and her experiences as far as going through what she went through
in the adult industry.
Basically, she was saying a lot of it it's more. It was intimidation. They baited her in. Just come take some pictures, blah blah blah, and then boom, boom. Then it steamrolls into, well, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? And then she was saying it comes down to why didn't you say no? I think the guy asked basically. He was like, because she was like, I was intimidated. It was like I felt like it. I forgot how she explained it, but it made sense. It was basically like if you're in school and you don't perform well or something. I forgot her exact analogy, but it was just interesting to see. You don't think about that side of it. When we're looking at porn or whoever, everybody looks at porn because it's everywhere.
Sorry, I couldn't help it, man.
And we know you, fucking Mr. Tits.
They're nice.
But yeah, we don't think about the downside of what those people, mostly women for the most part, they're the ones who, because then later on in life, if they want to go do other stuff, then they always have, especially with the internet now.
Yeah, everybody's gonna know who you are, and
they're always gonna. No, you don't get a pass.
Okay.
You're gonna they're gonna look at you the wrong way. Oh yeah, you that person. You can never. I'll give you a prime example. I can't remember her name because it's been so long ago, but there was a ring girl in the UFC. She was the only black ring girl at the time. I don't even know if they still have. They might have one, but she was popular. She was. You would always see her where it was Ariane Celeste and Brittany Palmer, and I forgot her name. I want to say Chantel. I could be wrong, but it was always those three. At all the UFC events.
Okay.
And then it came out that she had done some pornographic pictures that were floating around on the internet, and she got fired.
Oh, what the
This is years later. She got fired from the UFC, and I don't even know what she's doing now, but she got fired from the UFC because those pictures came up online. So,
do you think they were... Hold on. Do you think they were doing it to kind of protect her?
No, they were doing it to protect themselves. Not her. They didn't give a fuck about her.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I think you misunderstood when I was saying that they don't get no pass. This is detrimental to their future endeavor. You know what I'm saying?
No, when I said pass, I don't mean a hall pass. I meant everybody has a pass.
Oh,
yeah.
But that's not what I was getting at.
Okay, no, sorry. Hold on, let me take this shot real quick.
Loosen up, motherfucker.
Well,
it was just interesting to see. And I know, because I've been I'm not so much gaming the system, but trying to find ways to grow this. And I'm not saying I want to be a star, but you have to pick one platform if you want to gain traction somewhere. You can't be here and here and here and here. You have to focus in on one platform, get that platform. In this case, I would say right now I'm focused on YouTube, trying to crack the YouTube code.
Yeah, and you were telling me about that before the show started. For those out there listening and watching, Jared's created a channel because YouTube is doing something new called YouTube Shorts, and he's basically taking little snippets from our previous episodes and putting them up there, for you guys to enjoy, or if you've never watched a show or anything like that.
If you don't have time to watch the entire hour and a half, which I keep hearing, I only watched the first 30 minutes.
And then I go, beat it.
Yeah. So, I'm going to start trying to chop those up into smaller chunks, which means we're going to have to do a little better as far as keeping on topic so I can chop those down.
All right. So this will be a very strenuous task, folks. You heard it here
Not
first.
a strenuous task.
Difficult.
But the minute shorts,
almost impossible.
those are easy because I can find plenty of content. We do hour and a half, 2 hours, up to 3 hours all the time. So like, there's plenty of content out there that I can chop up.
But something for you guys to look at and think about when you think of us, and we hope that it's very often.
Yeah, actually, and there's another channel that, well, the shorts are on the main channel, this channel you're watching on right now. But the clips there, I made a new channel called the Mad Scientist Lab Clips, and that's gonna have like 10 to 15 minute chunks of just different episodes and different topics. So there's another way you can kind of consume the show in a more economical, time economical friendly way for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because I keep getting complaints because people don't have an attention span past a fucking tick on a dog.
Well,
these
I wouldn't
days.
say it's. Well, no, hold on. That's not necessarily true too. I wouldn't say it's attention span. Like sometimes, like people just get busy. I mean, you get home. If you can, it's like, okay, so we all listen to, I know me and you listen to podcasts. I know you probably listen a lot more than I do.
We can get on that because I found an interesting one that I really want to talk about because I think me and you would definitely go ahead.
So no, I think it's just time, man. Like I don't think it's always attention span. Sometimes it is. I mean, what if we're just boring people? I mean, there's that. But another time, it's like, so I listen to talk radio, sports radio in my car.
A lot,
all the time.
Driving, yeah.
Yeah, so
me too. I guess that's why I kind of drew to this is because I used to listen to a lot of talk radio.
Yeah, so when I do that, I'm wherever I'm driving, I'm only in my car for so long, and sometimes I'm in the middle of running an errand or doing a task or something. It's like, I really like what these guys are talking about, but I got to go in the store and then I have to run to the cleaners or, I think it's time too, man. So everybody that, but they're doing it. They're doing what we're asking.
True.
They're saying, they're responding to us, Jared.
Oh, speaking of
they're
responding,
talking to us.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the
and please comment. We really appreciate that as well.
Hit the subscribe button in the corner and hit the bell for notifications so you can see all the new episodes that come out as soon as they do come out.
New episodes,
Oh,
bitch.
did he just do the Z formation snap?
Yeah.
God damn, you old.
I'm very old. I do. You know what's crazy?
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, the podcast. I'm sorry.
So I found a new podcast. I don't know. I don't know. I was doing, I guess I call it research because we talked about when Bozelli was here. I'm trying to find I'm studying podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So I have to listen to a lot of different ones. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that's like, it's not stimulating my brain enough, my ADHD brain enough. So for me to get into it, but I found one. It's called Smartless.
Okay.
It's Jason Bateman. Was it Steve God damn it, let me look it up. Damn it, I should have remembered their names. But Jason Bateman was the one that stuck out. What's the guy's name? Arnell? Will Arnell? Is it Will Arnell?
Will Arnell? I know it sounds familiar. Arnell sounds familiar.
Yeah. And the guy from Modern Family.
Ted O'Neill?
Oh, the other one. The I think he.
Oh, the dad?
No. Actually, I'm tripping. It's not that same one. Hold on. I'll find it. Keep going though.
It's called preparation, RJ. We should do it before the show. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think it was gonna come up.
Well, you know what?
I need to start writing shit. Actually, I did write some shit down.
We need a big notepad. No. We need to get a dry erase board, bro. We just like mad sign or a chalkboard. That's what we need.
We need a chalkboard.
Oh, see what happens when you come over
and then we
hang
can
out with
switch
me.
over to that. And then
Your
we
brain is
write some shit down there. Like an old school chalkboard.
I'm gonna draw a dick on it.
Well, of course you would. That sounds like something you would do.
Okay,
so here it is: Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. So I did get it. Right.
Okay.
But anyway, I listened to the one this week, and they're cool because they're like an hour long. I wasn't sure how many they had popping yet, but this week they had George
popping yet. I'm listening. I'm sorry. They
had George Clooney on. And it's just
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny because Jason Bateman. I don't know I'm much older, but he was on a show called Silver Spoon back in the day.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Alfonso Ribeiro. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying for all you old folks out there. But anyway, so he was on that show, and then Clooney was around. I think he may have done some episodes, or he was doing something else. But Clooney was around. So it's just cool to hear these like people who have been in Hollywood and Hollywood actors from knowing where they were back in the day to now where they're like directing movies and fucking hit Netflix shows like Ozark and then George Clooney's on ER like back in the day for a long time and then doing movies.
My man George Clooney, son.
So it was interesting because then they were going into they're talking about how George Clooney's married. He's married. He's got a kid now, and he was just talking about like certain jokes that his kid will try that it sounds like something that he would do.
Okay.
And it goes in. He goes into talking about. You remember the guy from what was the Paul Reiser show with Helen Hunt?
Helen Hunt was on it?
Yeah, it was his wife. Mad About You. It was a sitcom called Mad About You, and there was this guy who played his brother. I can't remember his name either, but he was talking about stories about him. And if you saw who the guy was, then you would be like, oh, damn, it would be crazy to have them two living together because he's working, or the guy that I can't remember is working like in Hollywood. He's on a show. But Clooney's not working, doing anything. He's just trying to get auditions. So it's like crazy to hear like stories of them trying to make it. Yeah, them trying to make it, and now to where they're at now. It's like so. It's always like even like I kind of related to this. It's like it's always if you keep working at it, if you keep the process going. I guess this is a motivational episode. If you keep living in the process and making the process go
forward thinking, man,
you're gonna make it to where you want to make it.
We're gonna make it, son.
We're gonna make it. We're good. But the fact that we sit here and we do it every week. We took last week off, but
we did. And thank you for being patient with us.
Sometimes you gotta take some time to step back. You know what I'm saying? But
reflect,
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my story on the new podcast.
That's pretty dope. I actually might check that out. That's like you said, you need something to stimulate.
You gonna remember me fucking talking about it?
I remember a lot of things people say. I just don't repeat them because they're horrible and derogatory.
Like you looking like a plus size model when you.
Hey man, I do not look like a fucking plus size. I can still see my penis. So as long as I can do that, like I'm fine. All right.
That was way too much information.
Well, I'm just saying. There are people out there who probably cannot.
I brought the beakers back.
Oh yeah. Jared's got a beaker. Shout out to my Uncle Rick for always for providing those.
For all the Wu-Tang fans out there.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, what was I going to talk about? There's something else I wanted to talk about with you too. Nothing. It wasn't like overly crazy.
Keep going. Let me see if I can get what I had on there.
Yeah. So, before we started the show, I was talking to Jared. Nerd moment, real quick, or gaming moment, real quick. I am now, for the first time. I know this game is. I think it's like 3 years old now, or ish. I'm now playing God of War for PlayStation 4. It's my first time playing through it. Generally, if you knew me many years ago, when something like a title like that would come out, I'd buy it like first day, play it, all that stuff. But, You know,
that was PS2, right? First one.
the very first God of War came out for PS2. Yeah, the first 3, and then there was one for PS3, and then there's this one. Now they're making another one called God of War Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay, so we gotta. Please tell me how that ties into Thor.
Well, Thor is one of the gods of war. He's actually in this game right now.
Okay,
There's a statue and everything. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool for all the MCU fans out there.
We can get on that too. I have a lot.
So the game, I've always heard great things about it. And it's like, man, I really got to get time to play this because I get warped into my Xbox, and some days I haven't played. I actually haven't really been playing a lot lately. I've been coming home kind of taking it easy and whatnot. And the bars we're allowed to stay out a little later now. Our curfew has been extended, so I've been just kind of
curfew.
I mean, that's kind of what it is, man. So I've been out and enjoying some time with some people. Nothing crazy. And but anyway, I've been playing this game, man, and it's fucking awesome. Like, it's just so badass. I can't begin to tell you when you execute people. Oh yeah, I can't praise it enough. It's super cool, man. And I'm so mad I waited so long to play it. So anybody out there that wants to make fun of me for waiting so long to play it, you are more than welcome to. But if you have not played that game, please go play it if you can somehow manage to do that. Game is badass, man. The set pieces, the combat, the story, it's just so fucking cool, man. So I'm enjoying that very much.
I may check it out. I'm trying not to get sucked back into video games right now.
Well, it's one game. It might take you about 30 hours to complete.
That's my point. It's going to take up too much time. I did kind of restart Red Dead Redemption 2 recently, but
it's my game too.
I think I'm not prepared for the long horse rides all over the fucking map right now.
Yeah. No, honestly, I still need to complete some of that, but enough of games for the moment. But yeah, please play God of War because that shit is so fucking badass.
You said Marvel. Did you finally watch the last episode of WandaVision?
No, I'm actually one episode away from it.
God, you had a whole week off.
I did, but listen, man,
it's 30 minutes.
I understand that. I have no excuses.
There really isn't.
Here, you have my word that next week.
Yeah, but next week there's a new freaking series that starts.
Well, I'm just a fucking asshole, aren't I?
Fucking okay.
No,
because there's some stuff I wanted to talk about.
No, go ahead, talk about it. It's fine, man.
I don't want to give it away for you. Like, if you haven't seen it,
do you want a hug?
No,
Come on.
Kind of. Well, okay, I can go back into some others. I had to go because of some things that.
Come on. All right, we'll do it later.
Because of some things that I saw in WandaVision, I had to go back and watch some of the early Marvel films.
Okay.
Like one of them was Age of Ultron. I saw it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Somehow
I saw that in theaters.
Somehow I missed that one because I don't remember
any
a lot of it. Yeah, maybe I was really drunk when I watched it or something. But
do you remember when we saw Captain Marvel?
Yeah. Hold on, let me get to that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So Age of Ultron, because the reason that I went back to that is because I wanted to see why Pietro, because they were saying how he got killed. Your brother was killed by Vulture. That was early episodes of WandaVision.
Yeah,
of Ultron. So I went back and watched that, and I started to put a lot of shit together from even more movies, and I'm like, because Ultron knew that Thanos was on his way to fucking do some shit.
Yeah.
Because he had already seen all the possibilities.
Yeah.
Because he was in touch with the Mind Stone. Which can see, and probably the Time Stone at one point too. Because, he had to see all the
shit's
futures.
fucking awesome, dude.
He had to see all the future possibilities like Doctor Strange did in, what was that, Infinity War?
Yeah, it's Infinity War.
So he had to see all the possibilities and calculate it. And Ultron is a computer, or a program. Well, I guess he's more of a computer, cloud computer. Anyway, that's getting extra nerdy. So he could possibly have seen all that shit, and so I've been watching all these little clips of people examining. There's one video of the motherfucker going through frame by frame at all the stuff that he saw when he first woke up.
Okay.
And he was like, "Wait a minute, what is this?" And then it goes frame by frame talking about how humans are war. That's why he wanted to basically destroy the Earth, destroy all humans, and then
the good old blow up the fucking planet,
and then come back as Ultron or the god of Earth, and this is now a peaceful world, because that was his whole directive as a program. So then, Thanos got connected. He was like, "Well, if I can't figure it out, we'll just have to go with another possibility that he saw."
Okay.
And so that's where Thanos comes in and destroys everything. Not everything, but most stuff. So then there was a part in WandaVision where they're speculating that what's her name? Rambeau. Is it Monica Rambeau?
I think it's Monica.
Yeah. So Monica Rambeau, she's either Photon or Spectrum. But if you have to look these characters up if you don't know the MCU universe or comic books in general. I don't know them either. I have to look them up every time I hear a new character. But if you notice in WandaVision, when she comes back, what's her name? The head guy takes her back to that back area where the technology, it shows her mom's name up there, and her name was Photon.
Yeah.
Her call sign was Photon. So, which tells you that Monica has to be Spectrum. So there's that. So, but then the Skrulls come into play, which were in Captain Marvel, which you were just talking about.
Yeah.
So the Skrulls come into play because, the Skrulls come into play. You'll see.
Okay. All right.
But it's already been actually, to be honest, when she gets that special equipment that she was trying to get, it was already speculated that those were Skrulls.
My believe it or not, my sister actually finished watching it before me.
Oh well,
she's
gonna know what I'm talking about.
No, so I promise I will finish it up. It's not that.
No, it's gonna make you fucking go back and watch.
Oh no, that's fine. If anything, it's.
I was like, Disney Plus is coming in handy now.
Yeah, finally. Like, Jesus, pay all this for one show, and it only comes on for a couple weeks out of the year.
It only took 2 years and $140. Disney.
Damn, bro, if you think about that shit, like, isn't that fucking nuts, man? Like, fuck you, like, taking our money, even though we keep giving it to you.
Yeah, and we still only have one fucking Star Wars series. Like, what the fuck? They were working hard on that Marvel shit. They said fuck Star Wars, but to be honest.
Well, it's fine with me, man. Like, if it's good, I don't give a shit. Cause
I'm waiting on Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's okay. Speaking of Star Wars, so I went outside on my deck, excuse me, a little while ago before you came over, and there's the playground back there. I'm sure you've seen it and whatnot, and the kids in the neighborhood play with their parents are out there. Somebody's playing the fucking Darth Vader theme, like bom 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 bom,
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck's going on? And I see this guy, he's with his kid, and they're having a lightsaber battle. And I was thinking,
nice.
I was like, damn, like, one day I want to be able to do that, because that was so dope. And I was just sitting there smiling with my fucking dirty shorts and wife beater, looking like a weirdo. Like,
it is crazy how you can you see generations. I think I told a story about one time about.
We'll tell it again.
No, I don't want to tell it again. But the father of this person that I knew was a Star Wars fan, and the kid was like 3 or 4 at the time. So he would tell him he was and they had an automatic door thing on the back of their truck. So he would say, he was like, "You gonna use the Force?" He was like, "Yeah," or he'd be like, "Yeah, I want to use the Force." He was like, "All right, use the Force." So then he would go.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And as the door comes down, he would hit the button, and he thinks he's using the Force.
So that guy wins Dad of the Year. Second of all, do you know what's crazy? So my dad was really big into Star Wars too. But my next door neighbor, when I was growing up in Lorton, when I was a kid, he moved out. Once I kind of got into middle school, that was like kind of like the first like real heartache I ever felt, like as a child. Like, it's like, oh, my best friend is moving, kind of thing. Like, he's moving away,
Shit. I was thinking about my best friend from school from like when I moved away. Like
Yeah, no,
the other
but
day. That's just weird.
Yeah, it's very it's odd because I mean, dude, like literally, this guy introduced me to so many things that I'm still very avid about. I watched some of my first wrestling matches with him. I learned how to play the Nintendo 64 with him when it first came out. Back in the like mid to late 90s. Like he taught me so much, and his dad was a big Star Wars fan too. But his dad was a kind of a collector, so he had like modeled X-wings and AT-ATs and all that stuff and TIE fighters. And so, he was such a... And then the night my sister was born, believe it or not, I spent the night at his house. That was actually my very first sleepover.
First of all, I'm glad you call them AT-ATs and not AT-ATs.
People call them that?
Yeah, I've heard people
What the fuck? You're not a fan. I don't ever... People really call them that?
Yeah, dude.
But I'm good at so many things. I would never call it at. Come on, bro.
Let me get that at. Hey, girl, let me get that at.
People really call them that? That's it is what it is, but
let me get that at.
No, but he introduced me to so many things that I'm still obviously very, very passionate about, even as an adult.
Oh, but when you're a kid, you get those are when you kind of form your passions. You know what I'm saying?
No, and you're right. I mean, it's funny. I know this is might sound horrible. People can poke fun at me all they want, but we were talking about porn earlier, and back in the day,
he introduced you to your first porn.
No, well, it's not like that. Well, I can't remember. No, but it's like you have a sleepover with a couple of the guys, and you're trying to get the fucking Cinemax or whatever it was.
This is going far.
And you get the fucking, the porno on and everything.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on, man. You've never done that? You've never watched porn with your buddies?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. So it's like one of those things like, you grow up with this stuff, man. And so I don't watch porn with my buddies anymore, if that makes
you grow up with this stuff.
Yeah, just to clarify, but
no, we used to know. It was like collecting baseball cards.
So thank you. I know I'm not the only one. People you can say what you want. I'm not the only one.
You seen that new Jenna James?
Oh, what, dude?
We're dating ourselves right now, but hey, that new I'm trying to think of one. This is the porn episode because we said Mia Khalifa earlier.
Yeah, well, there's somebody that was really big, not when I was young, but when we got into like middle school and stuff, was Olivia Lovely. Yeah, no, trust me. There's Cherokee. There's a bunch of.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
There's a lot. I don't want to say too many names because it'll sound like I have a fucking problem.
No, I used to remember a lot of names.
I mean, come on, it's
Alexis, Texas.
Bro, Jesus Christ. Oh man. Don't say you wouldn't, because you would. So like, I'm just
don't say you haven't, because you have.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, the reason I brought that up, going back to Star Wars, from porn to Star Wars, that should be the name. No. Because my family watches this, I think, and even if they do, they still don't tell me how disappointed
they are. Are you seeing finally how crooked your sunglasses?
Well, no, I can feel them. They're like I feel like this. I feel like I'm talking to you, and I'm just like,
what you look like,
bro. That's how I feel every day of my life.
Oh, jeez.
My life is like so. Listen,
discombobulated.
Yeah, like wait. I feel like I'm finally having that identity crisis since I've been gone from my job for so long, or not so long, for the last several months.
Really?
I wouldn't
talk
say
about it. Talk about it.
Okay, all right. So let me talk about my feelings. Okay.
No, talk about your identity crisis.
Well, yeah, that's part of my feelings.
Okay, very well.
Fuck's sake. So obviously, I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. Everybody knows what I did for so long. I've been.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, everybody would know what's up.
It literally says the pizza guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
So I'm still at my new place of employment. The guys. Shout out to those guys. They know who they are. I'm not gonna go through the list of names or shout out businesses because that could be copyright or something just weird, and I could get sued for money I don't have. Anyway, I'm slowly getting further and further away from what I previously did, and there are days where I'm like, is this my life now? Like, it's really, it's a weird ass feeling for me, man. And I mean that I don't mean that to be like, oh, woe is me kind of thing. I'm trying to figure it out, and I would say like the last like 2 weeks or so, like it's really.
So wait, kind of explain what do you mean you're trying to figure it out? What are you trying to?
I just need to figure out what I would like to do overall with my life, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your purpose.
Yeah, like what my like
Your why.
So my why that I was so a part of for so long, I let that go. Now I'm looking for a new why or when or whatever it may be.
So was that really your why? Like,
I mean, for a while it was, dude. I had to create this character, so to speak, and that kept me motivated. Like I had to basically, you know how you like psych yourself up a little bit. It's like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I do, and I'm going to be the very fucking best at it. Period. And nobody's ever going to say anything about it. Period. And I did that, and I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. But now it's like, okay, I can't hold on to that forever as much as I'd like to, but I know that it's kind of holding me back.
You're looking for your higher self.
Yeah, or something of that nature. So like,
so you need some type of spiritual.
Well, we should do some shrooms.
Spiritual. Well, I want to.
Well, if we do, maybe. I've never done them. So well, well, they can see him now. Look how handsome I am. I'm looking at Jared. Look at me. Look at Jared. Look at me. All right. All right. So anyway, nah, man. And again, there's nothing wrong with the job. Like, again, everybody I work with is great. It's just like, it's so different for me now. And I'm slowly getting farther and farther away from what I used to be to who I am now. And it's like, okay, like what's next for me? Like what should I do? Like, should I take up a hobby? Should I start just, you know, or just something? It's really weird. I don't know how to go about it, so to speak.
So what it sounds like to me is you clearly are ready to grow. Like you're a plant. I feel like what it is you're a plant in a pot, and your roots can't grow anymore. So why are you laughing?
Because that's such a good analogy, and it's just so funny. That's the name of the episode.
So you need a bigger pot.
Dude, that's the name of the episode. Plant in a pot.
Plant in a pot?
It sounds weird, doesn't it?
The bigger pot. I need a bigger pot.
I need a bigger pot? All right. I'm okay.
Or a fish. Same thing, a fish. You have a fish of a certain size. You put him in a tank. He's going to stay a certain size until you put him into a bigger tank where he can have room to grow and swim around.
Yeah, and this isn't like just to clarify, man. This isn't like a money thing or anything like that.
No, nobody. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's just like I've been.
Dude, you need to sit in a room by yourself, lights off, everything quiet, and just meditate.
One phone in hand.
Meditate. And I struggle with this, doing it every day myself, because I want to do it more. But if you meditate, I don't know, a minute to 5 minutes every day, you're gonna figure stuff out about yourself.
All right, I hope so, man, because like I know that this growing up thing sucks for all of us, adulting as it's called.
It does suck because you want to stay like. Okay, so here's the thing: you find in your hobbies, because this is me. I like being, people would call it immature, but I don't think it's immature if it's comedy.
Yeah.
If I want to make people laugh, it's not comedy if I'm finding ways to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say. It's not immature if my passion is to make people laugh, which is one of my passions.
I would never think. When it comes to comedy or making people,
but some people would look at it that way.
Nah,
yeah. Like, oh, look at.
Well, those people probably don't have a sense of humor.
Oh yeah, they're probably fuddy-duddy.
And there's I know what I wanted to talk to you about. Go ahead, finish.
But yeah, so I think you just have to peel off the layers of yourself that cares what other people think about you.
I don't even think it said. Hold on, I'm getting naked.
I'm just saying in general. It's not so much for you. It's for anybody listening.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to peel off the layers of what other people think about you or what you're doing, and for you, because it's at the end of the day, those people aren't going to be there when you're on your deathbed. And I keep hearing a lot of the stuff. I'm on TikTok a lot, so I get a lot of motivational shit. Like, and what I keep hearing about people who are on their deathbed, they're in old folks' homes and they're like 90 years old, the biggest thing was like two big things that I always hear people say that these people say. It's like, I wish I hadn't worried so much about money and any regrets that they have. So I'm trying to be at the point now where it's like, you know what? I don't want to get to fucking that age and have a regret. Like, I should have done this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I should have done that. Like, I don't want to be that person. I guess that's why I do so many, because I want to live life. Like, life is about experiences, and too many people are out to, I don't know. I just think they're trapped in this machine that they have to be.
The hardest thing to ever break is routine.
Yeah,
It's habits.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right. Well, I thank you for that. I won't, I guess, keep dabbling in it, but no, it's just something that's like.
But I will.
But I will. No, but it's just something that's like been on my mind kind of like a lot lately. Like, I know we were talking about creativity a few weeks ago,
Yep.
and it's so funny you say that. So I went somewhere. I went to another local bar. Sorry, I have a problem. About a week and a half ago, and a buddy of ours was there.
That's that layer that I was talking. That's one layer. Like, who gives a fuck? They're drinking too. I guarantee most of the motherfuckers that watch this
I
shit
know.
drink.
It's all right. Good point. I saw a buddy of ours there. I was talking to him. There was a young lady with him, or who came up and spoke to him and whatnot, and she started talking about all this stuff. This is my first time meeting her. Very, very nice young lady, and she was talking about something, and we were talking this and that, and I don't know how it came up. I didn't say anything about my life, or anything. She was like, creativity. She was like, I feel like if we don't use it, we just get all fucking weird. Like, you basically,
you have to
you got to let it go, so to speak.
100%. I 100% believe that, because for me especially, like, I feel like if I am not creating something, then I have this energy that stays with me. It's not supposed to stay with me. It's supposed to go from, it's going to get some fucking spiritual, metaphysical type shit, but that thought or that process that created whatever idea that I put out, however way I put it out, started from somewhere else. It didn't start here. It started from the metaphysics type shit. So I feel like if I hold on to it, it's a selfish thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is mine. No, put the shit out there. So
inspire is what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't want to call it inspiration. I will. Maybe it is
all right.
inspiration.
Well, I'll tell you something that kind of, made me think a little bit.
This is where your big idea came from.
Well, no. The big idea that I have, and you guys will see it soon, I promise. It's probably going to be the first creative thing I've done in forever. Anyway, I saw a friend of mine. This was probably about a month and a half ago, or maybe even longer than that, maybe 2 months ago. I saw a buddy of mine. He was a little younger than me. I went to high school with him. I took peer mediation in, I think, my sophomore or junior year. It was just an elective. It was easy grade. It was cool, though. I mean, you learn. Not too many people go into classes like that where you learn how to understand people and pressures and all that stuff. I can't even remember why I selected it, to be honest with you. But anyway.
It's not for you to know. The universe knew.
I guess so. So I was obviously, as I've stated on the show before, I was very big into writing when I was younger, and I was a poet and all this other, hippie shit. And I remember I used to share some of them in my classroom. And with one of the gentlemen that I saw at the bar, I share it with him and this and that. And then years go by. I don't see this guy. I see him once, and I mean, what the term "once in a blue moon" is like. I'm sure it's thrown around a lot, but it's like really one of those scenarios. I'll see him once, maybe a year, twice if I'm lucky.
That'd be a blue moon.
And so Yeah, so he came up to me one night, and and I was like, hey, how you been, man? He had a big personal loss in his family, so I was able to relate with him, in that manner. And we can all relate when it comes to those things. But I guess since we grew up together and it was a big part of who I was at the time, he always kind of looked at me in a certain way. And he said, hey, man, I just want you to know. And he told me this, and it's probably the only person that's ever really even told me something like this. He said, I remember all the stuff that you showed us in high school. And he said, that's what inspires me to do this today. And he had like fucking 6 or 7 songs, and he let me listen to them. He said, you helped me do this. And it legit, not even tooting my horn, Red, but it legit blew my mind. I was like, I helped you do this? And, and it, not to be like, funny about it, but it really, you want to create an impact, and I think my biggest goal in life is to leave something behind. I think that's the biggest thing, whether it's your name, legacy, whatever you want to do. But it kind of shocked me because I'm a pretty, you know me, man. I'm a pretty laid back guy. I don't bother nobody. But for him to come up to me and say, hey, man, you helped me, find this in myself. And it was so cool, man. And I was just like, wow, and I was like, for real? Like, I was like, you got to be fucking with me, right? So, shit like that. No, I agree with you. It's real. Like, that whatever you put out there, it kind of comes back in some way.
Somebody's there to receive it.
Yeah. So I just always, that was just really, really cool, man. So, shout out to him, man. I don't want to put people's names out there, but, I know even if he doesn't watch this podcast, he's a great guy. But
he should. Watch the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Subscribe. Click the link below. Subscribe.
Yeah, like that shit,
click
son.
the bell for notifications and leave comments and reviews on iTunes.
So yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, enough of the little wishy-washiness that we were just talking about.
Wishy-washiness? That's
and the
real shit.
Yeah. Oh. So I wanted to talk to you the last couple weeks.
Sounds serious.
Okay, so I know we talked about.
So it is.
It's serious. It depends on how you want to break it down.
Okay.
I saw some people yesterday, some friends I haven't seen in a while as well, and we ended up talking about what's been recently happening with what it's called with cancel culture. In terms of, I know that I don't know all the details behind all this stuff. Again, whatever I see, I read. I'll take it for what it is. With Pepe Le Pew. Okay. I remember I said the thing about the Mr. Potato Head being Potato Head now, which again, somebody pointed something out to me. I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. And then I think the big one.
Okay, I want to get to what they pointed out to you, but.
And then the third one, which I think is like the biggest of the three, is Dr. Seuss. And the books that were taken down, which.
All right, so let's start from the first one. Remember the other 2 points, because No.
I'm good.
So what was the first one again?
So Pepe Le Pew apparently promotes rape culture. All right, and because he's always trying to kiss the same skunk or whatever, and
cat.
She's always cat. Excuse me. It's been a while since I've seen it. That's how
I remember it.
So basically, they're like, oh, she doesn't want him, obviously. And, I think with these kinds of things, people want to make something out of this. I mean, have you ever watched that and thought that, man? Like,
okay, so let me kind of.
And I'm not trying to be,
give my
disrespectful or anything.
So I used to watch all those cartoons. Looney Tunes was my shit growing up. If we're gonna cancel one character on there, we might as well cancel them all, because. I get it. Rape is bad. No one's saying anything otherwise. But racism is also bad. And there was a lot of racism in those cartoons back in the day. That you had little Asian people with big glasses and big teeth and accent. And I guarantee that wasn't an Asian person doing that accent. That was a white person. There's fucking... what's the motherfucking Elmer Fudd and...
Bugs Bunny and
a lot of that. It was all fucked up. It's a different time. We're fucking out of those times. Let the shit be what it is. It's fucking just. it is what it is. Like, Pepe Le Pew is a fucking cartoon, and if you think that, first of all, if it's affecting your children, don't let them watch it. It's your fault.
Who would have thought of that?
You're the parent, not them.
Look at my
And
better.
I'm not talking about anybody who's watching the show, because I'm sure a lot of people who watch the show kind of feel the same way. But parents are supposed to parent their children. I don't have any kids, but I guarantee you, if I felt the same way about Pepe Le Pew that these cancel culture people are feeling, I would not let my children watch it. Period.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, these kids ain't even watching these fucking cartoons.
You know, it's funny. I 100% agree, because I don't know the last time. Like, where could you find, like, is that on TV? I'm sure it's somewhere.
Somewhere.
But yeah, but the people that are doing this are they're adults.
Yeah,
Like,
they're newer generation. I don't want to name out generations, because I see a lot of that, especially online. I see a lot of generational wars going back and forth. Like, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't see the Gen X motherfuckers. Gen X motherfuckers, like, man, we were, first of all, we were in this era before the internet, and we were in this era after the internet. So, and we played outside. Like, Gen Xers don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So
like, it's these little soft motherfuckers that's coming up.
yeah. So like so I agree with that, man. Like, I do. Like, it's like, okay, like, this is a cartoon that we grew up watching. Okay, because I watch Looney Tunes as well. I watch Tiny Toons. Big fan of.
Tiny Toons wasn't as bad.
Well, no. Well, I think it was obviously more catered more towards kids.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, the Looney Tunes was.
it was.
And Merry
but-
Melodies, Melodies, is it Melodies or Melodies?
I think it's melodies. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where Looney Tunes comes from. But Looney Tunes was in a time where there was racism, there was sexism, there was all kinds of shit. I'm not saying any of that's right, and I feel like I'm starting to sound like a hypocrite, because like, I want all the. I do believe that the, like, Confederate flags being up, and the fucking Confederate soldiers being up in certain places should be down. But at the same time, I don't, because a lot of those were put up to perpetuate a state of racism and continue a state of racism, because they weren't put up after the Civil War. They were put up, well, I mean, they were put up after the Civil War, but it was like 100 years after the Civil War, after the fucking 14th Amendment was added to the Constitution. So I'm not a hypocrite. I'm just saying we were in a different time. Just don't watch the shit if you don't want it. Just that, period. That's it.
Okay.
A statue, I can't not look at if I'm driving down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No. I got you, bro. Like, I feel you. I do. So my second thought with the Mr. Potato Head thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, there's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, right? There's two of them, right? Then
Oh, that's where you fucked up.
or Miss Potato Head.
No. Keep going.
Well, anyway, so apparently, what they do, it's called Potato Head now, right?
Mhm.
And
If you look at the packaging, though, the packaging still says in the corner, says, I think I said this.
maybe you did. Please enlighten me.
The corner still says, it has
Both parts.
potatoes. No, but it has Potato Head at the top, but in the bottom corner, it still says Mr. Potato Head.
Okay, that's fine. But what they're doing now is like, now I could be corrected. Like, I could be completely wrong about this. When there is Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, I would assume there would be separate packaging, right? Now with the
one.
So it's one package, right? So you get both man and woman parts, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the point that somebody pointed out to me tonight, and I guess I was under the assumption that there is one in one box and one in the other. However, one box contains both parts, and if you want Mr. and Mrs., you just buy two boxes, so you can have one man and one woman, right?
No, I think that's how it was originally.
So what is it now? Well,
now
I sound like an idiot because I don't have like enough facts.
Originally, it was Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. Mrs. Potato Head would have female lips and the big
Yeah,
old
that's what I'm
lipstick.
saying. Features and things of that nature.
So now there's all those parts come in one.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Well, you have to understand there is the entire LGBTQ community.
All right. No. And again, not to be insensitive to that.
Yeah.
But then I look at certain things too, like
Notice how I stepped over that one.
Yeah, please. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like, it's weird to me. It's like, you're talking about like, what about like Barbie dolls and Ken dolls and
okay.
toys
So think about this.
just things that are gender specific when it comes to children's toys.
Let me ask you something about that. I'm sure growing up, if you went to someone's house that had Barbie dolls, if they had a Ken, I'm sure you were curious that you would look and see what kind of body parts are there.
Yeah, okay. So that's like obviously a running ruse, like, or not a ruse, but no, I feel you. Because we rip all the clothes off and everything.
So let's think about this.
Damn, we're fucking perverted people, bro.
No, it's not so much perverted, but like
it's curious.
Kids are going to do that.
Yeah.
Because they're curious. Who the fuck decided that we're not going to actually put these things on the real thing on
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
So it's like a deeper question.
All right.
And now that we're speaking about this type of stuff, I've been watching this thing on Netflix called Amend.
Okay.
So Will Smith, he's the host, and it has a bunch of actors and actresses from
I don't even know. I've never even
from
heard of this.
Hollywood. I heard about it through some of our friends.
The grapevine.
Well, no, some of our friends, they told us about it. But it starts out with, like, obviously where the 14th Amendment comes from, black people fighting for equality in America. And then it goes into women fighting for equality in America. And then now where I'm at, it's LGBTQ community fighting for it. So that's why, like, when I had to, I kind of stepped over because there were some things that was clarified in this documentary for me that I'm like, okay, so, but the way they played it was perfect. It was like, so it was based off of this, something you can identify with. So all the shit that you're saying that you don't identify with, this is the reason why they're mad. I won't say mad, why they feel they are entitled to the same thing, because the 14th Amendment guaranteed equality to everyone and every citizen of America.
Okay.
So like it's wild, man, because as I'm watching it, I was visibly upset at the beginning part because that type of stuff aggravates me. It's like, why the fuck couldn't we just be who? Anyway, but yeah. So,
all right,
that's why I'm like kind of more understanding about certain things. So that documentary is a good one. It's called Amend. It's on Netflix. Will Smith is the host. It's very good.
Something I might have to check out.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Okay, and then the very last one, so is some of the Dr. Seuss books.
Okay, so kind of enlighten me on background of.
So I actually was pretty enlightened last night because again when I see again we're over, you know, we're just dealing with a lot, and so it's like, oh, some of Dr. Seuss's books show people of different ethnicities and in a bad light in his drawings, and what I wasn't aware of, and again I could be wrong, but this is what somebody told me who I think is pretty. He sounded like he knew his shit.
Sounded like.
I
would like to know his sources, but
yeah, sure. So they found I believe 6 books out of Dr. Seuss's catalog that the family, like, I guess they realized, like, somehow it was brought up, like, hey, this stuff is racist. So his actual family is the ones that pulled the books because they were like, you know what, this shit's not cool. Okay, so if that is true, kudos to them. But beforehand, when, it's Dr. Seuss, man. I mean, I'm sure everybody's been in an elementary school library or read Green Eggs and Ham or Horton Hears a Who or whatever it may be. And, it's Dr. Seuss. He's a part of your childhood. He's a beloved author. He's you know, that kind of thing. But then I ran into some more stuff. His earlier work, like way before he became
Before
a big
he became like Cat in the Hat type stuff.
Yeah, and some of the shit that he drew is pretty horrible, dude. I won't lie to you. It's not not like, oh, this doesn't get a I mean, there's no like symbolism in it. There it is it. Like it's just it's blatantly very racist.
It makes sense. Now, yeah, that stuff I would probably say, probably let's get rid of it. I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. It's hard to. Well, let's say if it's blatant racism,
I mean,
it's got to go.
I mean, dude, it's people of color with the big lips, and
I did not intend to wear this today.
Yeah. Well,
and talk about this.
We'll keep fighting, man. My point is that like I saw some of it, and I mean, it's people of color portrayed with like the big lips, the very dark skin. Unfortunately, there are trees around. If you kind of get where I'm going,
marijuana.
No, that with branches.
Oh,
yeah. There wasn't any visual depiction of that from what I saw, but there were just notes. It was like kind of slavery based, and again, we grew up reading these things, or they're taught to us, or it's like it's one of the first books you read, Cat in the Hat,
yeah,
or at least for our generation.
Do you think? Because I remember growing up. A lot of those books, besides Cat in the Hat, I don't think that's. I mean, it can be perceived as.
No, well, if you want to perceive that stuff, as in certain light, that's fine.
I think my point was like when we were growing up, I remember, like I said, besides Cat in the Hat, all the other characters were like colorful. They were like blue, green.
Yeah,
yellow,
that's what
red.
I'm saying. So that's why I was kind of shocked to see his earlier work again, and I don't again, this could be stuff that's made up. Okay. I don't know.
So but
it's very blatantly racist. I'm not trying to say get rid of all his books or anything, but that's the shit he drew was not cool, bro.
I get you. I understand.
It's not cool.
And I'm gonna refer you again back to Amend, and you're gonna again see a lot of really because. What we were taught in school as far as American history and like black people were slaves and blah, blah, blah. That was it. And then Jim Crow and that was it. If you watch this documentary, you're going to be like, oh, this shit was like, you clearly see it's embedded in the entire system. Like,
okay,
everything. It is.
You have my word. I will watch it tonight. You have my word. I will watch it tonight.
I don't want to say you'll enjoy it. I had mixed feelings about it.
Well, no, I think there's this quote from an author. I've never read anything by her, but this quote, and it said, and it kind of goes along. It's like it's something along the lines of, write what disturbs you. Be willing to split yourself open. Be willing to basically be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So like what we started the show off with, the video my sister showed me of the young lady who was being filmed and mortified out of her mind on some sort of drug, which is why you don't fucking do hard drugs.
Any drugs, like
yeah. So, but anyway, no, but it's to the point to where it's just like.
And I don't consider marijuana.
No. I think everybody that knows us, I mean, at this point in time, it's very sociable now. Like
it's about to be legal where we are.
Yeah. So
I hope I'm alive by then. I know that sounds morbid as fuck.
Nah, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you're probably healthier than I am. Here. Oh, here. Cheers to that.
Oh, God.
Healthy is wealthy.
I think I'm gonna go wealthy is healthy.
Yeah. So,
yeah, what were you saying?
Nothing, man. I just, I'm not trying to take away from anything like that isn't like there. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, people go digging for this shit. Now, should we pull all of his books? I don't know. Like, what do you like?
I think you would have to go through and kind of
because I read a lot of books
decipher.
as a kid. Yeah.
I only read the one they made us read.
Yeah, well, yeah,
we had to
but-
sit in
but-
a circle. All right, kids, gather around.
Yeah, let's all rhyme together. Patty cake. Yeah, but no, but it's just like I just feel like with certain things, certain things are bad, man. Certain things are wrong, and should they be allowed? No, not at all. But I feel like, again, when we started this whole discussion of this stuff, I feel like if you want to go looking for something, you're going to go find it.
No, okay.
To a degree, if it's not like just out in the open.
I have another thought on that. To be honest, no.
No?
I don't think we should. Literature,
Well,
literature, I don't think we should get rid of.
No. Okay.
This is I'm forming this thought like while we're doing this, so bear with me. Literature is basically human history written for future generations to
Consume?
to see. Okay, we did this is how they lived back then.
Yeah,
This is not to but it's not to say we still continue to have to live that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as time goes on, things are going to change, laws are going to change, opinions on different subjects are going to change, but it's still, I think it's helpful for that to be documented.
No, I 100% agree with that, man. I really do, because I feel like hiding it, you're not doing anybody any favors. Again, like the quote I said, that like we've all seen something disturbing or read something disturbing or unfortunately have witnessed a scenario that is disturbing, or, you know, that kind of stuff is kind of what shapes your character, to be honest with you. I think it has a big impact. Like, and I'm not trying to get too deep with it, but, you know, when my father was sick when I was younger, like it was a very horrible experience I had to go with, and people deal with it every day, not just me. And, you know, I watched him lose his hair. I watched his skin change colors. I basically watched him fall apart, and that shaped the person I am today. So I feel like being disturbed or viewing something like that, and or anything, it's something you read, something you see, or whatever it is, or something you experience, it's going to have a massive impact on how you treat others and how you look at life and all that. And I feel, unfortunately, I feel it's needed. Yeah, I feel it's needed.
Some of it is needed, but I think
not
also,
everything, but some of it.
It also depends on whether or not a person has the mental capacity to figure out how to get through that. Because I don't want to say you have to be intelligent, because I'm sure there's intelligent people who can't get through shit, but mentally strong. Yeah. There's certain things that some people cannot just get past. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I agree with that too, man. But I'm just saying, like,
this shit's getting deep.
Yeah, well, no, because I feel like, dude, bad experiences.
Shout out to Rob. Hit me up, man. Rob Lagasse, hit me up. Yeah, I just put his whole fucking shit out there, but
Mr. Lagasse, we got a tomato for you.
Yeah, hit me up. Actually, we might be able to use him for our thing that we're planning.
I'd be more than happy to have him. Okay. He's a very nice guy. But yeah, man, I'm not saying go out and be disturbed or like go out and, you know, experience pain.
No one's saying that.
Yeah, but
because at some point you get desensitized.
Yeah, to it. But I feel like at certain points in your life, you have to run it. You're going to experience these things, and you're right. Some people don't have the mental capacity. Sometimes I wonder if I do. You know, I've been dealing with this pretty much my whole life. And everybody does. I'm not making this about me.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
No,
what I'm saying
I'm not
is
making this about me.
Like, people, I don't think enough people understand that, like, just because this person looks like they got everything under control, they're going through some fucking crazy shit too.
Yeah, no, and I agree. So, hey, listen, everybody, shout out there. Take care of your mental health, man. If you need to talk to somebody, say something. Speak up. Don't be afraid. Please. It's very important, because you are more important here telling us than us, being at your funeral or something, horrible.
Jeez.
No, I'm being dead serious. I don't take that shit lightly because it's
No, I get it.
because I mean, me and you were grown men. I know you are a little older than me. There's the age joke, folks.
Wasn't funny.
Yeah, it's not. It actually wasn't funny at all. No, but even oh man, I forgot we had this stuff.
I know we haven't needed the last couple.
Well, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No, but I think the macho persona and everything, like, it's okay from time to time, depending on what it is. But dude, we're people. We have feelings. We have emotions. We go through things. We handle things differently.
We're men.
We are men, and we are fucking handsome
and
too.
We have feelings too.
Yeah, we got feelings too. And so,
fuck that.
what? That we're handsome?
No,
I was complimenting us.
Oh, no, I know we're
Fist bump.
We're fucking.
Hey, look at that!
Bing.
Bada bang. Who got me the Chipotle?
Okay, so since we're into this whole cancel culture and that's an interesting term that I had to look up today that I was reading. Someone else posted something about fathers that are in the home or both parents in the home. The statistics are higher for them to do better. The father being the sole parent second in that hierarchy, and then single mothers are the worst.
I go ahead.
Let me finish. And then someone commented, and they were talking about like there's an attack on masculinity and this, that, and the other thing, and I feel it is going to continue to happen, and until there's another cultural war. So I didn't know what a cultural war was, so I'm like, let me Google what a cultural war is.
Okay.
I Googled what a cultural war is, and this was briefly. I was sitting on the toilet, to be honest. Briefly, just whatever popped up. Guess what popped up? Apparently there's a cultural war going on right now.
In turn, explain.
Like politically, basically it's a polarization of which I've talked about before.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Which we've gotten into heated arguments or disagreements on this podcast. Not me and you, but
hi, Greg.
About how polarized everything is, and I'm always I try to be objective. I try to be in the middle and try to figure out, all right, this side's saying this side's saying this. I'm not gonna be on this side only because I have to fit into a certain type of grouping, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to know what both sides are saying and whether or not, okay, and let me decipher for myself whether or not this is, it's called critical thinking. So basically a cultural war is the polarization, and it even said, it was like something that...
Was it italicized when you read it?
I don't remember. You're throwing me off. Actually, you might have it here. Let's see.
So good he saved it, folks. You know what else you're going to save? Our podcast. Listen, like, share, and subscribe, bro. Mad Scientist Lab Podcast. Your weekly dose of madness right here on Fox.
No. We're not on Fox.
We're not on Fox, by the way.
Jesus. But we are on YouTube. And
we are on YouTube.
And everywhere else
for
audio that you get your podcast. Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer. They're everywhere. So go find it.
We're not on Fox.
iHeartRadio. We're definitely not on Fox. I don't want to be on Fox.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay, so a cultural war is a cultural conflict between social groups and the struggle for dominance of their values, beliefs, and practices. It commonly refers to topics on which there is general societal disagreement and polarization in societal values is seen. That didn't make sense. The term is commonly used to describe contemporary politics in the United States, with such issues as abortion, homosexuality, transgender rights, pornography.
Everybody watches
multiculturalism, racial viewpoints, and other cultural conflicts based on morality and lifestyle, which is described as a major political cleavage.
Is that what that says?
That says, is that cleavage? Make sure that's cleavage. The last
That's exactly what that word is. Political cleavage. Well, fuck, I didn't know left and right tits. Apparently one is supposed to be like a little bigger than the other from what my understanding. So I don't know. It's all your perception, bro.
That was my little wormhole that I went into today. And the interesting thing is that it describes United States contemporary politics. But yeah, so we're in a cultural war right now.
You know what's crazy, man?
There's always war. This goes back to Ultron. He wants peace. It's like there's always some type of war. Humans just can't fucking stop fighting.
Maybe the villains really aren't the bad guys after all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're the villains.
Yeah. Yeah. And so with that being said, it's bro, especially with politics, and I'll keep it brief.
Because we got to close out.
Or cancel culture or whatever it is. Look, man, like me and you are good friends. We know a lot of upstanding people of this community. Sometimes we have disagreements with them. Yet, however, we still see them on a regular basis, and we are able to sit down like human beings and interact with one another.
And share a drink.
And share a drink, which obviously cuts the tension like a knife.
Or creates more.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Well, no, but however, when when that does happen, it's only because, one, we care about one another. Two, it's you're passionate about something. You know,
Got you. Back to your point, though.
Basically, my point is that we are able to be civilized, and that, you know, that's it, man, bro. Like, I've never really gone out of my way personally to go bash somebody else it's
not a question of civility. It's a question of
morality.
No one trying to hear the other side. Well, yeah. That's what it is.
Well,
it's
okay.
Like,
So
my morals are better than your morals.
Yeah. Okay. So you hit the nail on the head. Okay. Yeah. So basically, what Jared said is kind of what I was getting at, or attempting to get at. My apologies.
Which again, men goes into a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So like, bro, like we're people. Again, we're men. We have feelings, you know. Yeah, you know. And when you discuss something with someone, it is okay to have a heated conversation, or it's okay to disagree, man. That's it. You know, certain things don't need to be canceled. Yeah. Certain things need to. Yeah. So certain things, it's like, oh, you know what? This isn't really cool.
You have to have an objective point of view, and you have to be able to. You have to be willing to listen to the other side.
Yeah, just listen, bro. Listen.
Wait, let me finish.
All right,
you have to be willing to listen to the other side's point of view and realize that your point of view may not always be the correct point of view. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to get out there.
Well, honestly, Jared spoke for me because I would not be able to articulate that right now. You know what's crazy? The whole show, I've only had 2 beers. I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, but you drank half a bottle of
You fucking drank it with me.
I had 1 or 2.
No, 1 or 2, like 4.
All right.
Okay, so we're kind of drunk.
No, we're not. I'm not drunk.
I'm kind of drunk. Well, actually, no, I'm fine. So yeah, so I just be a decent human being, man. You know, that's all. Like I don't think. Again, it goes back to parenting. You know, and you're talking about single mothers. You know, my mom has basically raised me since I was 14 in my prime years of growing up as a man. Yeah. And my sister as well. And my mom is like the one person I can vent to. Like I can vent to you, but I can vent to my mom, and she'd be like, "All right, go to bed," and I'd be like, "All right," you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's my mom, you know. But I think you know, with the success rates of certain, you know, it's like, oh, single mothers don't do as well. Well, they have.
I'm sure. Statistically, is what I'm saying.
Statistically, which is fine because there's a lot of people in the world, man. However, I was fortunate enough to know my dad, for him to raise me a little bit, and you know, obviously, I'm able to go on with my life. But I do have friends who've never either met their father, or he's a complete piece of shit, or something. And it's like, and it really puts me in perspective. It's like, you know what, dude? Like my dad had his problems, but you know, he raised me well, or I would like to think so.
Again, he's a human being.
Yeah,
he's flawed just like the rest of us. We're all flawed. The only thing we can do is continue to try to improve and grow.
And improve and grow. So please, hey, if somebody disagrees with you, just listen to them for just a minute. Obviously, if it's not blatantly disrespectful, like, name
I
calling.
think that's the name of the episode.
Blatantly disrespectful?
Like it. I was gonna say something else, but
I am always coming up with great things because I am a great man. All right. So we are going to wrap it up. All right.
they don't need to know that. Just be like blah blah blah.
Well, I wanted to fill something in before I said that. So with that being said,
fill what in?
Ew. It's not that bad looking.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you for listening to episode 81 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. It's always a pleasure. As always, it is RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. We will see you guys next week. We plan on having somebody here to, pick their brain.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. To pick their brain and whatnot. But thank you for always listening.
Don't be mad like y'all don't care if it's just us two. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah. We're smart. We're interesting.
Yeah, we talk about good shit.
we're cool. We're fucking cool.
Talk about fucking
I'm
good
fucking
shit.
handsome with my hairline and my woman glasses and my... What was that? Yeah, oh my God. So anyway, we're going to, just go now because I feel uncomfortable around Jared. All right, so we will see you guys next week. As always, thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
The button,
all right?
hit the bell,
Yeah, hit the
too.
button. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to hit the button. It's not. You know what I feel like we should do, that sweaty meme with the guy with the finger. It's like, should I subscribe or not?
I thought you were covering your hairline.
It's very bad, dude.
Oh shit.
You know what? I'm actually going to put all the negativity out of here, dude.
Okay.
I'm sexy. I've got
I'm gonna
hairy
hit you
legs,
so hard you
and my
won't see
balls
nothing.
turn.
Ever.
So we will see you guys next week.
Audio Skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist